Hey, what's up? It's Kayla Brianna, and you're watching the Chris Gunther Show.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Chris Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure that you like and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. On today's show, we are very honored to welcome back an old friend to the show. Without any further ado, the Chris Gunther Show welcomes Kayla Smith. What's going on with you?
Hey, how are you?
Man, it's great to see you again. Looking good as always.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's been a while, so I'm glad we were able to do this.
It really has. I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here. Last time we chopped it up, your boy didn't have this on his finger. You know what I'm saying? So,
I was
you
like, I
know.
know that's right. He made it happen.
Yeah, shout out to the wife as always. I don't do an interview without this thing. There we go.
Yes, perfect. Good.
Let's get right into it. You've definitely been working on a nice amount of projects behind the scenes. So you got a couple things getting ready to drop. How excited do you feel about it?
I'm excited. I haven't dropped music in a while. I've been taking a lot of personal time for myself, just getting to know myself more as a woman, growing up, spending more time with family, friends, loved ones. And it's been time. I'm really excited about this new journey that I'm on, this new sound that I have. And I'm really excited and nervous to put out music.
That is to be expected, though. Anytime somebody reaches a certain level of success, they are a little curious, as in, can I reproduce it? Can I
Yeah.
can I make something else just as great? So, how has this process been treating you this far?
Yeah, it's been a lot of just doubting myself. Honestly, like I've doubted myself a lot of times and been too scared to put things out, and then also been like, okay, I'm really excited, let's do it. And then it's like an uphill battle, and I just have to remind myself, like, look, if you can keep telling yourself that you're not good enough or people aren't going to like this, but you won't know until you put it out. So you can't kind of turn yourself away from rejection or approval without even putting anything out, because this is just me all in my head at this point.
Sometimes we are our worst enemy. Sometimes we
Yeah,
we create these monsters that do not even exist. How are you
right,
able to separate that and stay focused?
right. It's important to do that. Yeah.
Is there something that you learned about yourself during this process that maybe you didn't know beforehand?
That's a good question. I learned I learned a lot of things. I guess the most prominent would be to trust myself. trust trust myself most importantly. Regardless of, like we said, rejection or approval or whatever, just trust yourself. If you like it, if you love it, then that's all that matters.
What do you love about this process as well? Because, we all understand that great things take time, but you got to fall in love with the process. So, what do you love about the process this far?
Right. I love that I was able to take my time. I wasn't like pressed for any timelines or anything. And I worked with a bunch of new producers and writers. I was in Charlotte for a while, and we just kind of locked in, and every day was in the studio and camp basically. And their names are Solo Steez and Germ, Byron, Jay Hines. We all just kind of created something really special. And like I said, found my sound, which I really appreciate them helping me do that.
Having a good team around you is critical. As great
Yeah.
as singers are, they still got to have the great producers, and they still got to have, the great people around them to help projects come about. What was it about the current team that you're with that made you decide to work with them?
I think because it wasn't even us deciding to work together. It just kind of happened, and that's kind of when the most special things happen, like unexpectedly. So I was actually listening at someone else's session, and I was just listening in, and they were working with another artist, and I was just listening on the artist session, and that's kind of how it all came about. We just like exchanged Instagrams, real cool, casual. And we're like, hey, I'm in town for a couple weeks. Like, let's see what we come up with. And then from there, it was just like boom, boom, boom. I was like, no, I got to stay in Charlotte and let's continue this.
Did they bring something out of you that originally wasn't there?
Um, I think it was always air. They just helped bring it out of me and helped me feel more comfortable to explore different sides of myself. Yeah.
Were you nervous about collaborating at first?
No, because everything was just so chill. Like I feel like when there's like highly anticipated sessions, like, oh, I know I'm going in with this big producer, this big writer. It's got to be like perfect. But this, everyone was chill. We was all like, just really got to know each other first. And I feel like that's most important when you want to create something or create a great body of work with someone. You want to feel comfortable enough to share like your vulnerable feelings and things like that. So if you don't feel comfortable to break down those walls, you don't always get the best song or the best project.
You just mentioned vulnerable feelings. There's a song that you have called Details, which is
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorites. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there. I cannot sing at all, so I will not try it. Like
Not
I'm
even a little.
nah, man. You don't want me to do that, okay? If I do that, you might go deaf for 30 minutes, okay? I don't want to do that to you. But you're talking about being very vulnerable, even in that song, because you're
Yeah,
talking about somebody being in love with your details, the good, the
yeah,
bad, and so forth. What
yeah.
details do you feel vulnerable enough now that you're able to really embrace?
Um, that's a good question. I would say even down to like my skin, my body. A lot of like girls now, we all are, well, I guess you don't know how it is, but I'm sure you see in the media how much attention and how critical it can be. So it's more so owning who I am, those details of who I am, the little and the big things, and just um, fixing what I don't like about myself inside and out. If that's what makes me feel comfortable, but it's all about how I feel in my own skin. So
You got to feel comfortable. And that's something that,
yeah,
we all have to deal with. And I'll go ahead and share this, as a media member, somebody that is up and coming, I got to be comfortable with me. There's a reason why 9 out of 10 times, actually all the time, when I'm doing an interview such as this, or when I'm talking to somebody, I'm going to be in a suit and tie because I got to be
yeah,
comfortable. And I actually want to present something that people can see and be like, nah, he's actually serious about it. Whereas if I wore like a baseball cap with a grill and I'm sagging my pants 24/7, that's cool for y'all, but your boy ain't comfortable with that.
right, 100%. Yeah, it's all about how you want to present yourself and how you look good, you feel good.
Yeah, Prime said it best. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. When you play good, they pay good. Just saying.
Yeah, period.
Hope he's watching this, by the way. And speaking about people that watch you, we all saw you on the phenomenal shows that you've done, and there's no way that I'm gonna have you here without bringing up all the work that you have done because you're also an actress. How do you
Yeah.
balance between acting and singing?
Um, yeah, they're two completely different worlds. Acting is very like, someone else is writing the script and you're playing that person versus singing, it's myself and my own feelings. I love tapping into both. I love being on set. I love, just the energy on set of like all right, action and just those, words and the hustle and bustle of just the business. But I also love singing and being able to just vibe out on a whole different vibe, really, and just let my own feelings out. Like been saying earlier, let my own feelings out and get out what I want to get out versus a character and their emotions, I guess.
Which character have you played in times past that really challenged you the most?
I would say on Star, when I had to play Olivia, who was essentially like a crazy stalker girl. And I had like a few fighting scenes. I really had to tap into like, push myself because I'm super shy, super reserved, but I really had to tap in and become this crazy stalker character who was nothing like myself. So
Was
I would
there
say that one.
was there any character that you did play that you would love to play again or something of that caliber in the future?
Honestly, that character was fun. Her because I also got to sing on the show. So
Sure
I would
did.
say something like that or on All American just because I'm just still a fan of the show. Coming back and playing Rochelle, who was, supposed to be the next Nicole Lynn. So that would be a dope, especially because the world that's happening now with all of her success kind of coming back on the show and doing that would be cool.
And there's no way I can have you here without mentioning, the great work that you've done working alongside LL Cool J. Phenomenal work is
Yes.
like, how did that even come about for you?
Yeah, so it was during the pandemic actually that I got the audition and everything was virtual. And I just did it in like a random room in the house. And my coach was on Zoom with me, similar to this, reading the lines back to me. And then I had another camera filming it. So it was super like chill. I was like, there's no way. Let me just send this. Like, I doubt anything. We're going to hear anything from it. And then sure enough, 2 weeks later, they called and they're like, you're booked. We're starting next week. You need to be basically I had to COVID test for a week before I could even go on set. And from there, like they brought me back lots of times. I was super starstruck by LL Cool J. Like he just has such a star presence about him. And yeah, he's really great to work under, great to learn from. And yeah, I'm just still shocked now that I played his daughter. So it's cool.
One of my favorite episodes, and I know I definitely reposted it when I seen it come out. There was a scene where, in a sense, you were playing dead because they had kidnapped you, and then
Yes.
bam, you just came back to life and knocked him out. And then, your dad, who is played by LL, comes in and saves the day. And I'm like, this stuff looks cool. Like, can you take me through that entire process? Like, how does that whole even thing come about to make it look so real, even though we know it's acting?
Right. There was a lot of rehearsals for like I got kidnapped in a parking garage. So there was a lot of rehearsals, everything down to which arm he's going to grab me with, to when he's going to pick me up. The timing of everything is so particular. So nothing ever came as a surprise, but just it's kind of like a song and dance, like a dance rehearsal almost. When it's like, okay, here, this, get picked up, get dragged. That was also, but it's also super fun because I know it's not happening in real life. So that I wanted to really make believable and have the viewers like captivated and be like, what's going on? So
I definitely had me captivated. That's for dang sure. Because I know I
yeah.
shared it, and then next thing I know, like I got like a IG notification that said, "Hey, Kayla Brianna just shared it." I'm like, "Oh shoot!" So Kayla saw it too.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
think like
It was crazy.
oh, it definitely was like crazy. But to see, all of the things that you have continued to do, you're continuing to elevate. And now, bam, we're, at the halfway point of the year and you have other things coming out. What can the fans expect from you?
Yes, the fans can expect definitely this next song dropping in a month or so. It's called PNB. And the project to follow after that. So I'm really excited to put out music. It's been a long time. I've been, acting and stuff in the meantime. Right now there's a writer strike, actor strike. So we're just waiting to get the auditions back and rolling and get back on set. So hopefully that gets resolved soon. But in the meantime, you can still stream the shows that I'm on, All American, NCIS, Star, Nancy Drew. So yeah, I'm really excited for this last, I guess, kind of quarter of the year, last 6 months.
I totally wish All American would have brought you back. I'm just saying, I'm put that plug out
I
there.
know, me too. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I totally get, never say never, but it seemed like there was a little bit of chemistry starting to develop between your character and Spencer's
Spencer.
character.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for it. Okay. I was rooting for it, but then, they didn't kind of, do their part. But a brother was still hopeful.
Yeah. A lot of people said that. I thought I was shook too. I see just as much, like I know just as much as the viewers know because they don't give us the script until like the week of filming. So we don't know what's going to happen in the next episode. And they purposefully do it like that to just kind of keep everything under wraps. So when I read that episode, I was like, oh, okay, seems like something's going on. But they left it alone.
Well, we understand that there is a huge strike going on right now. And when there's a strike going on, nobody really wins because it seems like people's egos are getting too big and they're missing the big picture. What would you like to say to maybe those actors or actresses who don't necessarily have a job right now because of all of the stuff that's going on? And this is a tough business. What would you say to them to keep going?
Yeah, I would say to just know that it's going to pass. It's going to pass, but find ways to stay creative and motivated during this time because it's easy to fall in a slump and feel like it's never going to happen. You're not going to be on set or be working again. So it's just really important to stay creative and motivated and just work on your craft so that once the auditions are back and rolling, you can book that first audition, the first role you get.
When you're not in the middle of recording and filming, I understand you're huge on family, and it's a great to see that you're still close with them. How was your holiday?
Yeah, my holiday was good. I was just in Hawaii with my family, and my boo and I just went to Mexico, so we had a good time there. And like you said, I'm really big on family and just cherishing the relationships I have in my life because everything with the entertainment industry is not always stable in real relationships. So the ones that I do have, I really like to cherish and maintain and hang out, all that good stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm so glad your man doesn't play for the Dallas Cowboys. Just
No,
saying.
Eagles now, so
Oh, even better. He could knock them out twice a year. I love it. And your father is one of the best basketball analysts in the game, someone who continues to elevate even with him. Kenny Smith recently put out a book where he was talking about his family. You as a daughter, how proud does that make you to see that not only is your dad well known everywhere, but he's willing to put out a book and talk about the people that have meant the world to him, especially his family?
yeah, he's been working on that book for a while now, and just knowing like the type of father he is and the type of man that he is, it's a no-brainer that he just wants to share who he is with everyone. And it's out now in Barnes and Noble. And if you guys want to go check it out, it's also, I think it's on Audible as well. But yeah, he's just a big, like I said, big on family, which I think kind of translates down to all of us, father of five. And yeah, I just really commend him for showing the world who he is even more than just on TV, in the silly aspect on Inside the NBA. So
And it's one of the coolest things to watch, but it's also great to watch you do your thing. And you're not someone that's trying to ride the coattails of a parent, because let's just call a spade a spade. Sometimes people want to say, well, I'm this person's daughter, I'm this person's son, but you don't put that work in. How do you balance, like, how do you stay focused rather on making sure that you're creating a name for yourself and not riding the coattails of your dad?
yeah, I think just by doing that, honestly, just continuing to, if I could be on a show just because of who my dad is, I would have been back on All American. I would have been the series regular. I've been on a lot more things, but just knowing like when I have an audition and how important it is that I'm up against this, I'm up against everyone at that point. And the satisfaction of knowing that I booked it on my own is even more rewarding. So just, continuing to just grind it out just like anybody else, and knowing that all the work that I put in is because of me, and it's really rewarding.
Hard work pays off. At least that's what they tell me. I think I'm slowly starting to find that out, because anytime I get a chance to interview queens like yourself, I feel pretty good.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Well, coming to the end now, last couple questions, because I do know you're a busy woman and got a jet. What are some of the things that the fans can expect from you in this last part of the 2023?
Yes, they can expect the new project, and I'm claiming another role or two that I'm going to book that's going to be out. So let's look back on this interview and see at the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. One of the last questions I always ask my guests: who would you like to see me interview next on the Chris Gunther Show? And if you have any contact, do you think you can hook a young brother up or help a young brother out?
Nice. Okay, I would like to see you interview. Maybe so she just won the BET award. What about Coco Jones?
That would be kind of dope. I mean, I have tried with
Yeah,
Coco
this
in the
next
past.
line of females, you got the female R&B wave going. Actor, like maybe Coco Jones would be dope.
Well, Coco, if you watching, holla at your boy. Well, before we jump, before we jump off of here, if anybody wanted to connect with you or follow you, how can they do that?
Yes, all my socials are at Kayla Brianna. So follow me, stay tuned, and yeah.
Y'all heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Kayla Brianna on the Chris Gunther Show. Cue my theme song. I'll see y'all next time.